Yes, 348 Tennessee. Yeah, we got a copy on you. Yeah, we're talking on a Cobra 142. How's it making it?
Oh, it's crystal clear. It sounds real good over here, man. I'd take the knobs off of it so you didn't be tempted to monkey with it anymore.
Hey, it's Bruce from over here at BCool Radios. Yep, and take off the knobs is what I do. Yeah, I take these old radios all the way down to the sheet metal. You know, get that 45 years of dirt and dust out of these guys, right? Because that's their number one enemy. Yeah, let's take a look at this main board. I don't know if you saw this video yesterday. This is a Philippines, Washington. And I went over some of the reasons why the Philippines is so good. Let's see if I can get some light in there. Yeah, you can see this main board is really clean, right? Try not to get too much glare in there, but we got to show this off because, yeah, look at this thing. I talked about how the Philippines is nice because they use better caps. You see the black caps back there, not those cheap caps in those earlier Uniden radios, right? And what else? Yeah, you know, the Philippines was the last place they made these radios. And, you know, the FCC was kind of flexing their muscles back in the day, and they didn't like people monkeying around with the radio, so they started using glue. And it wasn't always a good thing. See, there's glue on that PLL can. They didn't want nobody monkeying with that. And you see, a lot of people over here, they were removing these transistors so they could get more modulation. Well, it's a cheap trick, but they knew about it, so they glued down all those transistors back there. Yeah, so that's the one thing about the Philippines. And you might even see after that, you'll see a lot more glue in radios because they just didn't want you monkeying around with it. Okay, so yeah, this main board looks really good. The whole radio is awesome. Now, if you saw that video yesterday, I went over the as found conditions on this radio. Yeah, it had its face on then, but you know what I mean. Hey, but I can report here. Look at that. We got a meter with a light. It's receiving really good now. I got this guy tuned up. This is my first, let's get some of that glare off. This is my first run through this, and I kind of do it twice on each radio, but I'm going to show you some of the tricks I do, or at least some of the results. There's a few tricks here that BCool Radios knows. You don't have to take out those transistors. There's better ways to get the modulation up on these guys and not make it a splatter box and ruin sideband. Right now, sideband's in control. The ALC transistor is there. It's all working the way it is. In fact, this radio is stock. The PLL is not mod, and the clarifier is still locked to the main board. I like them better when the two are tied together, but right now it's stock. That's the way they built them. Alright, we'll start off here. Let's see, what did we do yesterday? Okay, we're going to do the sensitivity test on the receiver. Yesterday you can see where that receiver was working okay, but it was just getting a little weak. Yeah, it couldn't handle any of those low signals. So here we'll give some audio. We're going to switch this over to sideband. My signal generator is pumping out 100 microvolts, full scale, and we have 9 S units on that meter moving. Yeah, I had to take that meter out and take some oil grease to that thing. It was stuck good. Same thing with all these pots. Do you remember yesterday the scratchy noises on this? Yeah, those are all gone. This one was that's one of the dirtier ones I've seen in a long time. So I went through and cleaned all these with deoxit. It's a spray, kind of a cleaner and lube at the same time. Alright, so there we got sideband, 100 microvolts, and we're going to lower that output down to 1 microvolt. Okay, so there you can see we got still a lot of good audio. Alright, let's lower this output even more. So right now I'm on the bottom range of my SIGGEN, 1 microvolt. We're going to lower it down to yesterday. We got it to 0.4. You remember that? Let's check her out. Oh yeah. Alright, let's move it down further. Here we go. 0.2. I can still hear that. And we'll go to 0.1. Can you still hear that? Okay, so 0.1 is there, and we'll go a little lower. That's 0.06 or something, right? Alright, that's where it gets really tough. But this one's doing it. Just barely. Because that really, most radios won't do that. Alright, turn this guy back up. Okay, so that showed the receiver sensitivity has really been improved in this with my tune-up. This is the first pass. I'll do one more before it gets all buttoned up, but yeah, that's big improvement from yesterday. Alright, let's move on to the transmitter section. Alright, let's look at the AM envelopes, AM power, AM forward modulation. Now, if you know yesterday, this guy was putting out about 4 watts. Modulation was probably about 65%. It didn't have any forward mod. That's because they clamp these things down pretty good, right? That's why people do those tricks by pulling out that transistor. But I'm telling you, you don't have to do that. Alright, let's check out this TX frequency and the waveform. Alright, looks spot on. Good clean waveform. Audio. And you can kind of see that waveform grow with my audio there. Alright. Let's take a look at the power here. Right now I got it set to 5 watts. And then we'll do some audio test and we'll let you hear this audio and watch it swing there. Audio. See, it peaks up about 10. That's what we got for audio. Check. Audio. Now you remember yesterday I was talking about turning down the power in these guys and how that audio will really swing. So I'll show you how that works. I'm going to put my little screwdriver in here and turn down the RF power. Kind of hard to do this one-handed, but we'll do this. Alright, so we're going to turn this power down. You hear it start feedbacking right away because that audio is starting to kick in. Alright. Audio. Okay. Audio. And that's with a 1 watt dead key, but it swings up to 10, just with my voice, it's swinging up to 6 or 7. Audio. It's kind of hard to even stop the feedback, right? So, yeah, that's some of the tricks I do. Yeah, that's why people like to put a dead key knob on these so they can lower the power to about 1 watt and let that audio swing. Okay, what else we got to do? How about some what else can we cover here? I guess the last thing would be some sideband power, right? Alright, let's check the sideband. There's lower sideband. This guy is locked. I'll take my test receiver, make sure it's on lower sideband too. Alright. Check. Audio. Alright, we're going to hook this up to the 2-tone generator. I'll have to put the next scale up, and this thing I think is putting out close to right now 20 watts. So we're on the second scale, the 50 watt scale. Let's see if we get some audio in there. Okay, there we go. There you go, that's 20 watts. And that's probably a little too high, but I will turn that down to about 15 or 16 watts before this guy leaves. But it does put out 20 watts. And yeah, if you could hear that over that tone. But yeah, 20 watts is really good. I'll turn this guy down because we like to keep these about 16 watts. Nice and clean, right? Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video we got here and the radio. We're going to get this guy buttoned up and find it a home. Yeah, these Philippine-made radios are great. If you didn't see that first video, go check it out. And yeah, you know, over here at BCool Radios in Seattle, we do this work for you guys that don't have the equipment or don't really have the motivation to stick your hands in this stuff, and it's always good to pass on my knowledge and experience to others. So that's why I do that. I buy these radios on eBay, tune them up, and then sell them back on eBay for you folks that really can't do it. Yeah, there's a lot of CBers that can, but this is for you guys. Alright guys, take care. Okay, Shazam, look at that. Yeah, we're going to go over the sideband transmit audio. As you saw yesterday, that transmit audio was off frequency. It sounded like Donald Duck. It was pretty much impossible to understand what I was saying. And what did we do here for this part of the test? Yeah, you see we took that faceplate off and we cleaned it up. Yep. We polished these knobs, and you see all that, get all that stuff, corrosion off it, you know, finger, dirt. You know, that's nothing spectacular, but it's just some of the extra effort to make these radios look the best. And again, this radio's not perfect. It's got some dings. There's a ding up here on the top. Maybe over here on the side too. Yeah, there's a ding. So, yeah. Again, you know, it's just about 40 years old, this guy. So, so let's do that last test for all you sideband guys, because that's why we buy these radios, to shoot some skip, talk some long distance, maybe shoot the pond, talk to Europe if you can make it, right? Okay, so right now my test radio is on channel 40, lower sideband. That's my detector. When I key up, you should kind of hear some audio reverb echo feedback, and that's called a zero beat. That lets you know your spot on frequency. So here we go. You hear that? And you're gonna hear this radio is still 100% stock. This clarifier does not work for TX, but we have it tuned up so it's perfect. Okay, and let's hear that audio. Check, check, audio. Does anybody hear that? Can you understand it? Yeah, sideband's always not quite as, you know, clear as AM, but yeah, I think I got this about spot on. Alright, there you go. That is all the upgrades, tune-ups, washing, clean out, component change, remove those bad mods. Yeah, get these radios sounding as good as they can over here at BCool Radios. Hope you enjoy these videos. 73s. It's Bruce in Seattle.